Okay, gotcha. So team comp already here looks quite bad, right? So like our team comp compared to theirs, it's like all of us are squishy when they have like 1, 2, 3 tanky people, right? And like all of those like who are tanky, so Shyvana, Zac, and Vlad, they all deal damage as well, right?
Exactly.
And if we take a look at their engage slash team fight potential, it is very good as well. So like Ashe ultimate can engage, Jin he can engage with ultimate as well, Shyvana with ultimate, and Zac with his E jump, right? And like then they can follow up with the rest. Like Zac Q can follow up afterwards with ultimate. This guy can follow up with his W as well, and Ashe has auto attacks for slow and W, right? So team fights already look much, but much better for them, and scaling as well. While you guys on the opposite side, you have quite some damage, but you do not really have any engage or tankiness. Because like the engage from all of you is mostly Lux Q and Brand EQ for the stun, or like WQ. Right? And like you maybe if you pull like multiple people, which is going to be like really hard because you have to go melee range, right? Like approximately melee range. And until you do that, the like everybody's just going to, jump on you and kill you quickly.
Yes.
Right. And about landing phase for you, you're doing extended trades because of your passive, obviously, right? Preferably after level 2, you would like to be a bit more aggressive because you can pull Shyvana with your E. And after level 3, you can obviously be using your W as well to tank some more damage and fuck her up, right? So extended trades, in general, you win them. You would like to poke Shyvana as much as possible with your Q, and because she is quite healthy and fairly tanky as well, you don't want to just go in when there isn't really at least a 25 to 30% HP difference between the two of you. Right? Preferably also just Q poke so she can, so you basically can crit on her. So like without hitting any minions or anything else, just her with Q, right? For the crit. And once you're done with all of that poke, you can look to secure your E when she walks up for a minion. Right? So like when minion gets low and she walks up, right? Like this is when you pull out your E, pull her towards you for the Q auto, and keep on going upwards. Your passive is going to give you some movement speed, but we know that she will have W as well for the movement speed, so you won't really be able to go like that far. And level 6, it is going to be pretty easy for you when it comes about just winning the 1v1, because you can, like, if she ults away, right, or like she starts capping you, you can just pull the ultimate and just chop her, like, in it basically, right?
Yeah.
Like we said, they have quite some tankiness, so you would like to go Demonic Embrace eventually, and Cut Down honestly wouldn't really be that bad this game. I'm not quite sure like what else you went when it comes about runes. Because HP wise, you cannot really match. Yeah, so you want Last Stand. I mean, like Last Stand is not really the worst. Like this is like usually what you would go for, right? But here because of Shyvana, as we can see, like all the items, right? So like HP, 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 right? And here the same HP, 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 and like he goes for Omens as well, or like yeah, actually Omens. This doesn't build into anything else, I think. Right? So like so much HP from those two guys. Where Cut Down is gonna help out so much. So the Demonic Embrace with Riftmaker is just very good in this game because of those two guys.
Correct.
Right, so the 2v1 we talked about it. You can just ult whoever is really easier to kill and can really delay, your damage. And also like, gap you or anything like this. The ganks, you can set them up obviously by freezing. She has Ghost and W, which means she'll be quite fast. So you have to make sure to secure the E whenever there will be, like ganks being made by Queen. Mid game, you should be mostly looking to go on the side and look to get some waves. And after you push out those waves, go and make a rotation towards your teammates, right? So like, let's say if your teammates are mid lane, so go and make a rotation towards mid and look for the fight with them. So you can at least get members advantage when you guys are really losing like the fights 5v5, right? Because if you play a game where you guys cannot really win the team fights because of team comp diff, or they're just simply stronger than you, or like more ahead, right? You want to get some type of advantage, and like those advantages are usually our members advantage, right? Or just getting somebody low, where if they stay, they risk dying, right? Or just getting like ultimates out of them, or just very important abilities, right? And just playing around that, because obviously when you cannot really win 5v5, you should be looking for something else, so you can even things out and have higher chances of actually winning the team fight. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Right, and after the mid game is over and you will be going for a bit more team fights, I would suggest to be ulting the majority of the time, to be ulting this guy. Does it make sense, like what I'm saying, to ult this guy instead of like Shyvana, Zac, Jhin, or Rush?
So I think for my old passive, I get the most stacks out of him. I get HP and AP, and also I think he's a pretty good team fighter. So Vladimir's strong in team fights, I guess. Something like this.
Yeah, so mainly this guy, and like in second place will come Shyvana. So the reason I'm saying this guy is at first place when it comes about priority in the team fights, right, is because he has a lot of AoE, right? And like when he casts like all of his abilities, this and that, he also has Portable, which gives him the dash plus movement speed, like actual movement speed as well afterwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like if we go here, so he gets 30% movement speed towards enemies for 1.5 seconds, right? So this plus his W will make it pretty hard for all of you, and phase rush as well. Will make it very hard for all of you to deal with him, right? And because of all this AoE that he has, and because you guys, like we said, are squishy, right? It's like those four are very squishy in this game, right? So you want to get this target out of the fight, and if this guy isn't really able to fight, or he is not there, then the second guy to prioritize is this, because he also has quite some AoE, right? And he's able to jump on anybody he wants, really, because his ultimate cannot really be stopped by CC, right? It's like this is the way I would make the game plan. And about teamfights and synergizing, for like from your team, you guys have some nice AoE by Lux and Brand. But again, you guys need to get the engage first, or to punish a very big mistake, and then you can look to actually win the fight, right? So like quite some poke from here and quite some damage. Same from here, and Agile has his Qs as well, right? So Agile has
Right.
Qs. This guy has his combo. Like if he hits Q, it's like if it looks hits Q, she goes with immediately into ultimate, right? And she can burst like one of the squishes, which is like either Jhin or Ash.
No.
And you plus Bran are able to melt the tanks. Quite some poke from this guy as well, and damage with his Qs, right? And Queen will be the most useful if she will be making flanks after the rest of you have made an engage, right? Because like Queen is not really able to just be the one who actually engages and makes the team fight, right? Because she's so squishy, and she has to walk up close to like your opponents, right? And for her to do that in this game, like she's gonna get popped immediately. She's not allowed to do that. And that's why we are saying that she will need to wait the rest of you to make an engage, a good engage, right? And then she can come as well. It will be the best if she goes for a flank from the side, right? So like if the fight is happening here, right, at mid lane, and like this is river, right? And those are the paths on the side, right? And like all of you are fighting here. It will be the best for her to either come from this way, here, or from here to come like that, right? Like while all of you are just fighting over here, just making the fight.
Correct.
Because like the whole enemy team is gonna be focused on like the four of you, right? So like you, Lux, Brand, and Ezreal. and they won't really react on her, like in time.
Mm.
And also, you guys should be looking to get a lead as soon as possible in this game so you can close out the game. Because at 6 items, when everybody's going to be at 6 items, it is going to be very difficult for all of you to deal with them.
Yeah.
Right? Because they get so tanky, they have so much damage, and you guys are not really able to keep up with that.